So this has been in here for a little bit. I'm gonna pull it out and then replace the air tank with a different one. I had a spare tank that I painted. You'll see why I painted it. Here's a spare tank that I got painted orange. The reason? To match these. Let's get the other tank out of the trunk and mount this one in its place and finalize it. Undid all these plugs. Here's the old tank. I moved the middle bracket to transfer it over to the other tank. Here it is already mounted into place. I'm gonna get these brackets off as well. And then after, transfer all the fittings and stuff. Alright, gonna continue on. This is another night. I only work on it for like an hour or two every night because I do still have to work. What is after? Yeah. Here's the tank, the old one. So I just need to take that plug out and these as well. I'm gonna do a time lapse of this. So I got everything mounted. The only problem I faced was this one got stripped. So I think I'm going to try to replace it first with the screw out kit. I already have a replacement. I probably should have just used a new one on this one instead of transferring over. Now it is stuck. It's probably not going to leak, but I just feel better if I could just replace it beforehand. But other than that, it's ready to go. Mount it just the same way as before. Transfer everything over. Alright, I'm gonna wait and bring my tool from work home to get that thing out. Alright, so pick up these brackets. I don't know if I mentioned before, but I'm doing the Accuair Elevel Plus. Upgraded the ECU manifold. Elevel Plus. I still have my other ECU. It's chilling upstairs. I got a spare junk Accuair manifold and the ExoMount bracket. Purchased these brackets to figure out how to mount this onto that. This is my setup all done. I'm just gonna fabricate how I'm gonna mount it onto here first. So it doesn't matter if I scratch it, and I could do it without scratching the air tank. I have the original ECU. This is a Elevel version R9. I believe R10 came out right before they went bankrupt. These aren't worth too much anymore, I believe. But when they went bankrupt, they were not available. So these went for good money. I'm just gonna hold on to it as backup. So I have this taped up because I don't want to scratch it while I'm fabricating. So the connectors are exactly the same. So it's literally plug and play if you have the old system. Same harness as used. Not too much bigger. This one lights up. I'll show you when it's all installed. So on this manifold, the way, or this ECU, the way it used to be mounted was like this. Kind of like tucked underneath the manifold. Secured by those screws right there. And two on that side too. So I ordered this from a guy on eBay. I was hoping that these holes lined up with something, either these sets of holes right here or the ones on the manifold, but not lining up. So I'm gonna make my own holes, which I marked right there. Once I got it all situated, I'll bring you back and show you what I've done. That doesn't look centered now that I look at it. I'll double check my work. Alright, so far I have it mounted. This is about where I'm going to bend it to tilt it at the same angle as that. So this ECU will hopefully sit roughly like this. Yeah. There's also the spacer that I could put here if the angle is gonna kind of hit. But basically, I think, yeah, this is gonna work really well. So I drilled those holes myself, and then now this is one unit. Yep, I'm gonna call it a night, and then I'm gonna take it to my shop or to work and put this on a vise and bend it. I don't have a vise at home right now, a table vise. And I'll call it a night. Thanks. Next. Alright, so I have it on a vise and I bent it into shape. So brought it back home. Just mount it somewhat secure. That's the angle that is going to be displayed at. What I think I am going to do is transfer this over to this and see how it looks in this form, like that. Basically, there's a little teaser. That's how it's going to look. Would have had it come down more, but I didn't want it to hang too low. I think right there it's a pretty good spot already where it won't take up too much more of the trunk depth. And then there goes the connections, still reachable. I'm thinking of maybe making bigger holes or new holes to mount it more on there. Could I haven't decided yet. Just gonna transfer this over and see how it looks first, but I think it's coming out pretty good. Just a teaser. So on my old tank also the air lines went underneath. It went this way. So I bought these right angle fittings and I'm gonna have to air lines go this way, or I'll flip this. I didn't think that through. Oh yeah, I could still do it. Or I could flip this manifold entirely upside down, but these letters will be backwards. And then the airlines could just come out this way straight. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll see if I could get a sticker to go in this place and just flip it upside down. Or I have to see if actually is it okay even to flip it that way. You got that one's pretty easy to get to. That one's a pain in the butt. This thing is not gonna really fit. I gotta find an Allen that goes through that hole, and then I can tighten it like that. See, like there. So that's why that's designed like this. Those two holes are meant to help facilitate mounting it. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty good. It doesn't hang much lower than the rest of it. Pretty close to the same pane. And then let's see, can I come up? So there goes the Accuair logo. I don't want to scratch it, so that's why I have this tape on it really quick. I think I'm gonna rig it up and then hang it temporarily. Alright, this is how it's gonna look. I am actually pretty happy with the way it came out. So when you look in the trunk, you're gonna see one compressor there, one compressor there. Manifold's gonna light up. I mean, the ECU is gonna light up. The manifold is gonna be situated there, and the air lines will go that way. I want to see if I could get a logo to replace that. Then maybe I could flip the manifold the opposite direction and then I don't have to worry about these and just shoot them right away to the back. Yeah, it's gonna come out pretty clean. All right, got the both compressors mounted into place. I didn't record that because it felt like that was kind of boring. And get it in the car, and then next week I should be able to do the wiring when I have some free time. There it goes in the trunk. I'm not gonna film it because this thing is extremely heavy. I gotta concentrate on mounting it. Last time I did it with my brother, I'm by myself today. All right, here's one final look at, first look at the orange tank with the compressors mounted, manifold as well, and ECU. I'm gonna start tearing all these panels out now, prep for wiring and air lines. And then once I get all that done, make sure the ECU right there works properly. This manifold, I might flip it around so the air lines are hidden. The only bad thing is that VU4 Accuair logo is gonna be upside down. Not gonna film taking apart the panels. Or maybe I should, I don't know, we'll see. I'll see how I feel.